Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone. My name is Muhamad bin Rozman, and my metric number is 2019312199. So the purpose of this video is to explain about importance of infrastructure. Without further ado, we will jump to the first point, which is invest in infrastructure can improve logistic performance. Logistic efficiency is an important factor influencing national and company competitiveness. Low performance is a challenge to trade and direct foreign investment, and thereby to economic development. Strong infrastructure helps promote trade flows and is therefore an important assurance of success in foreign trade, while offering local solutions to improve access to those deprived areas and allowing them to play their part in their national economy. Logistic performance can be influenced by infrastructure factors, as it follows the development as the higher infrastructure given means the more efficient performance generated by logistic performance. The construction of roads for road transport is some infrastructures which helps in logistic efficiency. The only way to send directly to the customer is by transport on the lane, as we know it from now. By having the right route, logistic business can be improved. We know from this that infrastructures not only boost rural growth, but also leads to the performance of logistics. In future, existing infrastructures can be made further better, and then hopefully new and advanced infrastructure will exist.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurshazlina Lydia Binti and I am from BA 2474A. The second one, which is able to reach a lot of places by using infrastructure. Before the rapid development of infrastructure facilities took place by the 19th century, most people in the Malay states have made the river as a transportation system, which is important compared to the road. The opening of the urban area, which near the river, is made to facilitate communication to another city. Road transportation are less used due to the topography and environmental factors such as thick forest and hilly area, which make it difficult to explore for transportation. One of the most important infrastructure for Malaysia is transportation. Generally, convenience of land transport leads to economic growth for a country, especially against developing countries, and investment in facilities or infrastructure is also able to increase demand for goods and service. Besides, good infrastructure in transportation also can reduce the travel time and costs such as fuel and those needed to the final destination, either it far or near, as well as facilitate firms or manufacturers to access to a wider market and being able to obtain inputs such as raw materials and human resources. As a result, it is able to increase local production due to the low cost of transportation, and business can accelerate the formation of intermediate clusters industry. Other than that, the impact of infrastructure such as road construction shows a positive relationship, which is when the network roads increase, economic growth also growing rapidly. The results are also formulated that transport plays an important role in overcoming low skills and low productivity, especially in land transport infrastructure. Road traffic management is a field of logistics that concerns the planning and control of traffic from one location to another. One of the main challenges of road traffic management is accommodating traffic in a safe and efficient way to reduce or eliminate accidents. Most roadways include devices intended for traffic control, most of them involving direct communication with the road user, such as signs, signals, and pavement marking. This exists with navigation, a sign right of way, areas of safe passage, indicate speed limits, provide instructions, advice of hazards, and so on. Other forms of traffic control include curbs, rumble, stripes, median barriers, speed bump, and so on.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Ainnur Binti Dzulkifli and I'm from BA 2474A. Infrastructure are important to facilitation of trade, as it connects supply chains and it efficiently moves goods and services across the borders. It can link supply chains and efficiently transport goods and services across border via a secure infrastructure. It makes it easier for businesses and also individuals to enter opportunities, market and supply chains. Connectivity requires a physical infrastructure, utilities, and ways of promoting the flows of products and citizens across border irrespective of their relative locations within a network. And by providing a reliable infrastructure, it can link supply, efficient cross-border movement of goods and services, rapid and reliable transfer of information, and a low coordination cost. These criteria are important for a global value chain to participate. The truth is that the well-developed infrastructure not only reduces the gaps between the region, but also it integrates and links national markets to other economies. The reductions of costs is also supported by the efficient infrastructure. In order to improve the economic structure, upgrading infrastructure, including hard infrastructure and also soft infrastructure, is important to profit from the participations in the global value chain. Due to the importance of infrastructure towards the trade facilitation, we need to make sure that the infrastructure is always in a good condition. This is because not a lot of new roads or other infrastructure are being built. Therefore, existing facilities must be preserved and enhanced, as it needed a lot of cost to build a new one, like the maintenance of infrastructure, help to maintain the fabric of infrastructure intact. The awareness of maintenance costs can also be used to evaluate the types of design, technology, finance, and also the construction material to be used for the infrastructure construction. An infrastructure that is well maintained would save costs. In order to make sure that the infrastructure can be used for a long term, any organizations that is responsible need to make sure that the infrastructure is being checked or maintained bi-monthly or every year to make sure that the infrastructure is in a good condition. By having it being checked or doing maintenance, it will lead to a long-term usage of infrastructure. This will make sure that there will no problem occurring during the movements of goods, as infrastructure is very important in doing trade. By doing monthly or yearly maintenance, it will help to increase the amount of safety too.
Hi, my name is Hidayah Binti Zainuddin.
Next is improvement in infrastructure could enhance trade via reduction in trade costs and to promote trade effect of infrastructure on the volume of trade via its influence on transport costs, found that infrastructure had a significant and positive relationship to the level of infrastructure and the volume of trade. Differences in the volume and quality of infrastructure may account for differences in transport costs and hence variation in competitiveness. Better transport services and infrastructure improve international markets access and increase trade. As infrastructure expands, trade costs fall and alter the comparative advantage of a country, making greater fragmentation of production supply chains possible and spurring the country's intra-regional trade. For Malaysia, the allocation for infrastructure development received a greater attention by the government with the increasing amount invested in infrastructure. Both international trade costs and local distribution costs are very large, and together they dominate the marginal cost of production. Therefore, improved infrastructure may reduce trade costs. Higher level of infrastructure would reduce transport costs, which facilitate trade. The cost and quality of infrastructural service are important and determinants of the volume and value of international trade through the impact that they have on cross-border transaction costs. For a pair countries which is optimal to invest in infrastructure, positive relationship is found between the level of infrastructure and trade. Landlocked countries have relatively high costs of transportation, and trade can be facilitated through the upgrading of transportation facilities and infrastructures.
The rehabilitation of existing transport infrastructure and the development of new infrastructure will facilitate the domestic trade, increase regional and international trade, particularly through reduced costs of doing business and enhancing competitiveness in domestic, regional, and global markets. Gains from trade often depend on the quality of infrastructure and related service. International trade is one of the major economic factors that accelerate the Malaysian economy. Increase in trade, especially export, is presumed to increase the earning of valuable foreign exchange, create more job opportunities, and widen international markets.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Aishah Asmira Aizon from BA247. My ID number is 2019348003.
Hi there, so today I will explain to you about the increasing efficiency in logistic trade services, reducing time in cargo clearance by using paperless or digitalization method. So first of all, what is paperless trade? Paperless trade is referred to the trade by following digitalization information and include the assessment and making it easier to share the trade data related into the document electronically. So from the paper-based to paperless document system, it will make the reduce of time and also make the trade become more easier. It also increasingly becoming an important component of government effort to enhance the custom control and process of the trade administration and maintain the trade competitiveness in rapidly in our digitalizing world. The process net will affect the movement of the goods and services if the declaration of documents are not compliant or not complete with the requirement needed. So, by using this paperless system, the benefit is to reduce the human error because the system will eliminate the double data or rekeying data to prevent the confusion or overlapping data in the system. For the port efficiency, custom with regulated transparency and information processing used in trade transaction must harmonize practice between the government authorities and business community. The trade facility important to smooth the process of documentation and custom by systematic and standardized process of the document. All the information regarding will be in digitalization. So how to use it? As simple as you take the picture of documentation or scan the documentation, go into a PDF version. After that, you upload it or key in it in internet web portal. It will access your information and data in the system. So the electronic message will send into the system. That's all for me regarding this paperless trade. Thank you.